steps in a minute. Katie Dubois.
I don't believe that.
Here with the happiest smile ever, bringing us joy with these beautiful Shasta daisy live plants from Cottage Farms. I love daisies.
Me too.
I mean, they are like the staple in your garden. If you want to create a happy home,
they are.
Plant the daisies.
Absolutely. They're such a classic flower.
And these happen to be something that our customers absolutely love. Like we bring you the daisies, the Shasta daisies from Cottage Farms year after year after year. This is a brand new collection that we're bringing to you. There are 3 pieces, and we have them for you at 3 payments of $10.66. Now, your item number is M89442. All right, Katie Dubois, gardener extraordinaire. You know everything that we need to know about these plants.
Yes.
But here's the thing. These, they're easy.
You don't need to know that
they're
much.
so easy. There's not much to know.
Yes. The best thing to know is that white plants are such a great thing to have in any garden because they're like adding lights to your garden. So they reflect light, and so if you have another plant you want to make shine, you have a hibiscus, you have something that you want to make pop, you plant your Shasta daisies around it, and it's like uplighting for your plant. So it makes your other plants shine. They don't want the spotlight.
And they create a lot of like contrast too, right? So you've got color, 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 color. In fact, maybe I'll bring over the hibiscus that we just had.
Sure.
And you'll see how it just plays so well. Now talk to me about like planting. Like, am I planting these in pots, in the ground, in the sun?
Well, so that's what is so great. So Shasta daisies play so well with others, as you said. They can be planted in part shade. So many of you always say to me, I'm looking for more plants that can go in the shade. I need plants that are good for sun. I have morning sun, but afternoon shade. What do I put there? These are the plants. They are so incredibly versatile. They can go in the ground. They can tolerate, you know, a little bit of wet soil. They can tolerate a little bit of dry soil. They're drought resistant. They are also great for containers. They're a little bit shorter than your traditional Shasta. So we're only growing about 24 inches tall. So that means none of that flopping over. So that's going to be perfect for also cutting gardens. Yeah. Which, who wouldn't love a bouquet of daisies in their home to cheer them up?
Now let me ask you, when I usually see like the little, like the yellowy orange center like this, like do the bees like them? Do the pollinators like them?
Absolutely, you are right. So you're spot on. That is a sign of lots of little pollen in there, lots of little spots where hummingbirds even can come and get some food that will help them thrive.
So here's the thing, right? These, one of the most simple ideas that you can bring into your garden. So many people love daisies. You know, I always think about You've Got Mail. Remember that scene with Meg Ryan? And she's like, Tom Hanks brings her the daisies, and then she starts crying, and he's like, why are you crying? And she's like, because I'm so happy.
Yes.
That's what these are like, because they bring you so much joy. And there's something about a daisy that just makes you smile. So if you're thinking about having an easy plant for your garden, one that's going to maybe like be a problem solution, right? Like if you have an area that's a little bit more difficult to grow in, or maybe because these are a shorter variety, you can plant them along a walkway.
Oh, that would be great in garden beds and borders, or in containers, which you couldn't have had your Shastas in before because they were a little bit too big. If you also have deer or other critters like rabbits, these are deer and rabbit resistant, which I know is a big thing for a lot of people in the country. They also work in zones 4 through 9. So that basically means most of us in the country can plant these. And so that's really important because you want to know, where can I plant them too? If you have your big hibiscus, if you have cone flowers, these would work great with those.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah,
like your echinacea flowers.
Yeah, the centers are very similar, but you would have different colorations. They also work great planted in bunches, which is why we chose to do 3 for you, because these daisies on their own, they're happy for sure, but they definitely work great planted in bunches. They'll be 24 inches wide. So you're getting 2, 4, 6 feet of garden space here.
And by the way, did we even say they're perennials?
Oh, yeah.
They come back every single year. You know, it was funny. Last year, I was invited over a friend's house that they have a pool, and I saw, like, they had this giant Shasta daisy garden bed, right? Now, theirs were a taller variety, and it got a little bit overwhelming, right? It was beautiful, but I thought to myself, like, wow, that must be a little bit more difficult to care for. This It's simple, it's easy. If you live in a condo, if you just have a balcony, maybe you have a small front path or porch, these you can place in planters. You can get them right on your back deck. But if you have the big house, the big mansion, place these right in the ground, get a couple of sets, you will love them. Here's what's also really cool, right? So our friend Alana, who helps us out in category production here at QVC, she did a little bit of research on daisies, and she said that many people associate daisies with motherhood. So think about Mother's Day and being able to give this or send this to somebody that you love for Mother's Day. Of course, it will arrive to them when it's time for them to plant. But here's what's great is that they'll receive them, they'll love them, they'll enjoy them. It's also associated with the April birth month. So it's the flower of April. So if you think about April showers bring May flowers, send these to somebody. Send them a little note. M89442 is your item number. It's so affordable at $10.66, and they bring joy year after year after year. And I love what you said. Cut them, bring them indoors, and enjoy them.
And it's this meadow look. People are not going for that tidy gardens in rows anymore, and daisies help you create that, almost like bedhead gardening, that like I just woke up like this, but without really being messy. They still look tidy, they still look neat, but they give a little bit more of a wild feel. There also is a big trend in moon gardens. So a lot of people are growing moon gardens now. And that's, when a moon garden is planting a lot of white flowers that reflect the light of the moon. So when you're outside, you don't need as much of your artificial lighting because your white flowers are reflecting the moon. So I love the idea of Mother's Day, of April, people who love the moon. My mom and her girlfriends will text back and forth, it's a full moon tonight. So if you've got a girlfriend, you text when it's a full moon, these are the kind of flowers that you want to pick up.
So I just took the hibiscus just to put it next to it so you could see what happens.
That is a
the pop of color, right, when you get that home. Over how many now spoken for, Frank? You were just telling me in my ear? 800 orders already placed. Now is the time to order them because May, June, July, these are going to be gone. Right? These are going to be gone by then. Now is your time to order them. We will ship them to you when it's time for you to plant them.
Correct.
That's the beauty of buying all of your flowers and live plants here at QVC. I never ever think about, is it the right time for me to plant? The Cottage Farms takes care of it, and they send it to your house when it's perfect for you. So if you live in Arizona, it'll be sent to you when it's time for you to plant them, and in Massachusetts, it'll be a different time, right?
Yep, that's right.
But here's what you're getting today, right? 3 of these plants, and this is the size that they come. But remember, these are perennials. They come back every single year, and they get really a nice substantial size.
They do. These are 24 inches by 24 inches, so they'll take up a lot of space in your garden.
That's nice.
Which one thing I love about them too is the density of them. They have so many flowers. That means no weeds. So you said problem solution plant earlier. These are one of the easiest flowers you can grow that also will be choking out weeds for you. What we have here on the set is probably the end of your second year, but you'll definitely get flowers this year from these, and they will only get better, like a fine wine.
Oh, I like that. Or like a beautiful friendship.
Like a beautiful friendship that you share these flowers with someone.
All right, so lastly, I'm going to ask you one question about fertilizing, right? Because obviously you want the most blooms. I learned here from you and from all of our good gardening friends that fertilizing gives you the best blooms.
It does, yeah. That's going to set you up for so much success when you give your flowers, especially in that first year, a good food. And our food is really easy. It's 1 pod per 1 gallon of water, and there's 100 pods in here. So this will last you a long time.
Yeah, that will
so it's a really great value, really easy to use, no mess. It works. On these, I would feed them about every 2 to 3 weeks. 1,500
spoken for. If you want yours, now is your chance to pick them up at QVC.com. Your item number is M89442. And remember, it's $10.66 to get them home.
Wow.
Free shipping and handling. Okay, Katie, talk to me about the warranty because these are perennials.
They are.
Which means I have a full year to enjoy
They're guaranteed for a whole year because we want you to be successful. We pick really easy plants for you to grow first off, and then we guarantee them. So please get in touch with us if for any reason you're dissatisfied. We'll make sure you're taken care of.
Okay, Katie DeBow, you're the best.
Robert.
Thank you so
Good to
much.
see you.
Nice to see you as well. Hey, listen, if you are thinking about